Hello, hello, hello. Is this thing on? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Once again, live on Twitch. It's Saturday night. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Once again, Bose 831 Gaming is live on Twitch, and you're tuned in to another episode of Bose 831 Gaming's Twitch live stream series. We're playing Farming Simulator 22 Premium Edition, and we're on the Alma, Missouri map. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Everyone's having a wonderful day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world. First of all, before we really jump right into it, I just want to give you the heads up that I've still been having some electrical issues here in the home and in my room where my PC and Xbox are set up in my whole streaming operation. So hopefully we can have a stream a full episode without any interruptions due to circuit breakers tripping or other unusual electrical outages or anything. But I've been experiencing issues again this afternoon, so I'm still trying to deal with that issue and get those things figured out. In fact, I was trying to do some testing late this afternoon and was unable to get those issues resolved because of the electrical breaker tripping issue that I keep having, and I don't know what's going on, and I'm probably not going to be able to, because I've tried a few different things, looking at information online and a few different things, trying to see if I can resolve this issue as best that I can, but nothing so far has seemed to work. So I'm probably going to have to try to see if I can get an electrician out here to take a look at this stuff in the not too distant future, probably sometime in the coming week or so. But there's that. So in the interim, what I'm kind of trying to do temporarily is, because the issue seems to take place, excuse me, the issue seems to take place when I have the Xbox and the PC on at the same time. It's just stupidly weird because I have the Xbox and the PC on all the time. It just randomly seems to go through spurts where during the day or during the night or whenever the issue decides to present itself, where the circuit breaker is tripping every few minutes or so, and then it'll run fine for a while and start back cutting up again. And the reason why I say that is because I've been using my PC and Xbox at the same time all day today, but then late this afternoon the issue started presenting itself, and it just kept tripping for like 3 or 4 times in a row. So I don't know what's going on. It makes no sense whatsoever because generally speaking, I'm always running my PC and my Xbox at the same time every day. you know, so I don't know why at certain times it's been causing the breaker to trip, like how it's been behaving. But that's kind of where we're at there. But off camera, I was trying to work on some things and do some testing in reference to some ideas that I have for the series and that I wanted to do for this map. Was unable to get that done, so we're kind of where we're at now. We're on day 2 in October, and I'm working on, again, because some of these various different issues I've been having that have been causing me to not be solely focused on what I want to be doing and planning out different things that I want to be doing on this series, is because I keep running into different issues every time I want to get my live stream stuff going. And again, apologize for that, but some of these things are in my control, but then other things are universal, part of whatever's happening in the universe and outside my control. So It's just a perfect storm a lot of times. And ironic that I would say storm because that was one of the things that knocked us out too. So it's just been interesting recently, but we still shall persevere. Um, but where we're at now, working on the grass harvest. I still don't know what to do as far as like, or what I can do to kind of bring these precision farming and our environmental scores up. Right now, I'm just at a loss at the moment on how to break the ice on that. But I'm hoping maybe once we get some harvest going or something on some of those other fields, that we can clean some of those numbers up. But I'm not going to sweat it that much right now. So I would like to get those up to perfects or close to perfect, close to 100 as I can get them. But right now, what's happening, it's not making any sense to me. All right, so what I was trying to do here is I was trying to figure out for my next grass harvest what I wanted to do with the grass. Do I want to do hay or silage or straw? And hay, grass, silage, or straw. I don't need a lot of grass at the moment, I think. Let me see how many grass bales we got here in storage. Let's take a peek. We have let's see, silage, hay, grass, 30. Yeah, we got plenty we got 30 6,500 liter grass bales. So we got plenty of grass bales right now. So our next harvest, let's see, we're running. Let's see how many silage we got. 3 and 3. Silage is another 1. And then hay, we got 19, 8,000 liters. So plenty of hay here actually. And then a bunch of one-offs. All right. That's not too bad. Let's kind of pop over here to the other cow barn and see what the situation is over there with the bales. Now, let's see. All right, so let's see where we're at the old cow barn with our bales. Here we have 70 or 250. We got 15, 16, 6,500 liter silage bales here, and 16 straw. So it looks like our focus should probably be on some hay bales here to place in this bale storage. So our direction would be hay. So here's what we're going to do. I think we're going to go ahead and advance the day and focus on, because when we move to what is it, November, we'll be ready for our grass harvest. And I think what we'll do is for these fields we'll work on, at least this field we'll work on hay. Actually, we could do three different things and just kind of mix it up. But we don't need grass though. But we'll definitely do hay here. Maybe we'll do silage here, and then we'll just do a straight up grass harvest over here on field 3, just to keep the process moving along smoothly. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So let's hop back over to the main farmhouse. And we'll go ahead and sleep and move on to the grass harvest cycle. And I'm mostly going to be, because normally when I'm doing a live, I like to monitor what I'm doing on my PC while I'm live to make sure I don't have any audio issues or anything else weird going on. But with what's been happening lately, I really can't even do that like I normally would like to do. So hopefully, as we're doing this live, we got good audio going and you can hear me loud and clear, whatever else is going on. Because like I say, right now I'm just having all these weird issues, and it's making it very difficult for me to uh, monitor my live streams as they're happening. All right, let's get to it. All right, first thing we want to do is, I think we're going to go to the shop. We're going to go to our mowers, and I think what we're going to do here is I'm going to use the one of the mods that comes with this map, the swather, and we're gonna use a lease this. We're gonna use the case branded version of the swather. So we're gonna go ahead and lease that. And for the accessories that we're gonna use with it, we're gonna use the Razor Bar 16 Twin Max conditioner. Because for the first portion of this process, as I indicated, we want to do hay, and the conditioner has a nice feature where when you set it up properly, you can set it to where it does hay in one pass, so you don't have to do you can mow and turn that grass into hay immediately and don't have to do another pass with a tedder. And we're gonna show that off now, and I'm gonna also lease the case branded version of it. And I was trying to do some experimentation with the swather version or swather attachment for this particular mod, but I've been having issues. As I indicated earlier, I was having issues with some of the testing, so I didn't get to test that out like I wanted to now. So I'm just going to not worry about that right now until I get some more testing done. Because technically, as I understand it, when you use the swather, and you can't say the word now, but when you use the swather, you're supposed to be able to get an additional 20% yield. And that's one of the features of the maps that are swather compatible maps. Right now, off the top of the dome, the only maps I know that are compatible with swathing are the Edgewater, Saskatchewan, I can't even spit the word out, Saskatchewan map, and this Alma, Missouri. Now, I'm sure there's a few others, but I'll look that up. Again, I didn't have time to do a bunch of research on it, so right now all I know is the Edgewater, Saskatchewan map and Alma, Missouri map. I'm sure there's probably a few others that are swathing compatible. And again, I know there's probably a lot more when you're talking about the PC world, but I have to keep my focus on the maps that are cross-platform and compatible with consoles. All right, so we got the swather here with the conditioner attached. We want to go to lower more. Before we turn on the mower, there's an option here. Let me see where it's at. Should I get the right setting? There's an option to toggle the setting of it somewhere here. I'm trying to remember how you get to it. Cruise control, speed, center. Maybe they've changed the function. No, let's turn on more. Let me see here. Lower cheddar. Let's see what grass or. I don't know if that's doing grass or hay. It looks like hay. Okay, yeah, it's doing. So you just have to lower tether, and then turn it on more, and then it's automatically set to do the tedding and conditioning, automatic mowing, tedding and conditioning of the hay. of the grass at the hay, so it does that all in one step. So that's what we're doing here. I'm going to do that for this map, and then we'll come through with the baler. I don't know if we'll use the fast bale for this because I want to do something different. I want to make some square bales this time, and the fast baler only makes round bales, and I want to do some square bales and just do large capacity square bales. So we may have to, that's what we may do. I don't think we'll use the fast baler that I own this time around. I think what we'll do is we'll lease a square baler, and we will come through with the square baler and make us some large capacity square bales, and put those bales in storage, at least for this particular round of grass harvesting. Here, let's do this. Alright, this is going to take a while. That's why I wanted to get as much of this knocked out as I could off camera, so you wouldn't have a whole episode of watching me mow and ted grass all night tonight. Because one of the things about I'm doing this as a live stream series versus a pre-recorded series, I don't have the luxury of doing jump cuts, so what you see is what you get. You know, when I'm on live and we're doing this stuff, doing a live stream. Unfortunately, I was just trying to test to see if we can have the AI worker do this map. Apparently, we have to do this manually, so we're gonna have to watch me mow all this stuff manually. Let's turn the mower back on here, and so I'm not going to be able. Oops. Okay, what happened here? So I'm not going to be able to automate this process. I do the whole thing manually. Okay, what's going on, brother? Go. So this thing doesn't have a super wide coverage area, but it's still pretty decent. What I don't know, and I'll probably have to do some testing with this off camera, is, and this is what I was trying to test was, if you just come through like we're doing now, the conditioner and do that on the first pass, do you get the additional 20% yield bonus? Or if the other thing I wanted to see is if I come through and mow the grass with the swather, then come through with the conditioner after I've done the swath. Is that how you get the 20 yield bonus? I'm not entirely sure. I think the jury's still not out on that. So I wanted to test some of that off camera. Probably won't have the opportunity to do that now, obviously. It is something I want to work on testing as opportunity presents itself, because one of the major features of this Alma, Missouri map and the Edgewater, Saskatchewan map is that the maps are swathing compatible, which adds another aspect of gameplay that's, as I understand it, is also supposed to be another realistic method of farming that's incorporated to the game. I'm not familiar with the real life swathing process, but as I understand it, based on what I've read online, this equipment and this process is very similar and real life, pretty accurate to what the real life swathing process is. One of the other issues I have run into with this mod, though, is I know when it was initially released, it was released with a transport trailer, and from all the early YouTube videos I could find about when this mod pack was released, it was supposed to be a transport trailer with it. I believe the brand was Alma or something like that, but it's supposed to come with a transport trailer, but I can't seem to find a transport trailer on the mod hub or with the pack anymore in the game. So I don't know what happened to the transport trailer that's supposed to be part of this mod pack that was part of it when it was initially released. So I'm not sure what is the proper method for transporting this this swather, or more in particular the swathing header, which is a 30-foot draper header. So I have to kind of also research that and look up online what people are doing to work as a workaround with that. But I don't know. I haven't had much dialogue with a lot of guys that are using the whole swathing pack. Others that I see online, there's a lot of PC guys using it, like BJ Goham. But I haven't really watched a lot of videos on, at least the videos I have watched recently of what BJ Goham has been doing. He's using the swathing pack. I don't recall seeing. He may have did a jump cut to the parts where he was transporting the headers out to the map. So I'm not sure what method he used to transport the equipment to the farms. All right, this process, because this is my largest grass field on the map, this is going to take a little while to get this whole thing knocked out. When we get done, we're going to have a significant amount of hay here, so just keep that in mind. That's going to be interesting. But when we come here with the baler, I'm going to do the largest capacity square bales that we're allowed to do, so that should limit, or at least cut down on the number of bales that are created. Because on console we do have a bale limit, and I need to be mindful of that. And as you saw me do on other episodes, what we also probably do is sell off excess bales as much as possible to keep us from getting impacted by the bale limit that's on consoles. So that's how we kind of always have to manage that as long as I'm playing on console. Why did I turn it off? All we need to do is just raise and lower it when we're turning around. I keep forgetting it, turning it off. What's going on? At least with this setup here, we're able to fast mode a little bit here. We can go at some higher speeds than we normally would when we're doing the regular mower. Get all the way up to 15 miles an hour. Like I say, what I need to do, or what I want to do off camera, and I'm going to have to do that a little bit, just test it for myself to see if you come through the swathing header and just swath through the swaths first, and then come through the tedder and then ted that grass into hay. We get the 20% yield bonus on that, or if we're doing it, if we harvest some of the grass the way we're doing now, is your yield bonus. Like basically, is that yield bonus built into the process, and still keep turning it off instead of raising lower. Wish this piece of machinery had a wider pickup area, a wider coverage area, but it's not horrible, but it's not super small, but it's not super big either. It's kind of medium-sized implement. See, we got quite a ways to go, but we are making a little progress here and there. It's gonna take a while. Merging these fields, I effectively created a mega grass field, and now we have multiple large grass fields from which to operate. Do a harvest or whatever. Till I change my mind and decide I want to do something else with this field. But right now, since I wanted to focus primarily on our operations, farm operations, supporting our animal husbandry operations, which in turn support our production chains. But with the primary focus, at least on this series, being on the animal operations. And of course, last week's episode, we actually got into the textile business, so we got that production chain going on this now as well. Sure about on PC, there's obviously other ways I can tweak this setup so that we can really excuse me, do some fast farming, but since I'm playing on console, Xbox Series X, there's limitations that I'm gonna have to deal with in order to just have to work around those limitations. That's the thing, you know, even when you're working on a process that has limitations, there's always workarounds. They just might not be ideal workaround, but there's always different ways of doing it. And I've still got to figure out what is bugging out my precision farming environmental scores. But hopefully we'll have a better idea, know more once we finish this first grass harvest on these fields that we recently expanded. Right now, that's the biggest thing that's throwing me out right now is the combined fields, but the environmental score is different for each of the sections of the combined fields. It still reflects as if there's individual fields instead of, and that's I guess idea for a future game update or whatever they decide to do when they go to the next version of Farming Simulator. Is like we're in an age of AI and other technology now. Can we at least get to the place where these fields update dynamically when we merge them? That would be so. I was thinking about this the other day. One of the things about Farming Simulator games in this series, even though this game has its origins from a mobile game, and it's ironic that they go back to creating a mobile version of the game. It still behaves at times like a mobile game, especially with the pace that the developers have really pushed out updates to the game. Is when you think about it, the game really hasn't had a lot of significant updates since its initial release. It's had some marginal updates every release version. The game updates are marginal at best. So I'm thinking it's a time. It's time for Giant software to make some significant technological updates with the game. This next version of the game. For 2024, there's no really good logical reasons why some of the asked for game functionalities aren't in place like a lot of the folks that play the game have been asking for years. But while I'm saying these things, this is obvious. This is not a pick on Giants rant as well, because the game is still incredible. It's a very good game. It's a very a game that's easy to get into, but a lot more complicated than it looks initially when you first get into it. And I understand, as a developer, you're trying to strike that balance between having a game that's a wide release game that a lot of people can get into, because that's how you make your money. Really, you don't make your money from the hardcore audience. They're going to be there. And also just, what I was saying about the little, lost my train of thought there because I had multiple threads going on in my brain at the same time and they converged, and then my mind went for a second there and I totally forgot what I was thinking about, but what was the thought I had. But generally speaking, it's just extremely difficult to try to please multiple audiences and still have a wide release game that you can make money off of. My thought process is, as we get to the next version of the game or next iteration of the game, that they strike a balance between the hardcore and the casual by making a lot of the hardcore options just that, options, in the game settings. That would, I think, in my humble opinion, at least if you add these features, but they put some toggles or something in the game so that you can turn them off and on and see, play with those features or not. And they're not too dissimilar from how they did here with change from Farming Simulator 19 to Farming Simulator 22 when they implemented the Giants version of the Farming Simulator 19 seasons mod. A lot of those features are optional, or they're toggles in the game menu that you turn off and on and play the realism that you want, or the lack of realism that you desire. And the other great thing about the game and about the series is obviously the game, the support for mods that the game offers. To me, that's what is the bread and butter of the game, and actually what makes the game super exciting for me. Is it's always cool to see what the latest and greatest mods are that are released, and that the mod makers for the game come up with, both from the realistic side of things and from the unrealistic side of things, and everything in between all that. But of course, that also brings us back full circle to one of the other major issues that you run into as a console player is your limitations. So, of course, the largest limitations being aside from the slot count issues, is storage limitations. So console players can only download so many mods before they hit the artificial ceiling that's prescribed by the game's design. Of course, on the next gen consoles, we actually get a little bit of a reprieve as we get a little bit more storage than guys who are on the previous gen consoles. It's only a little bit of a reprieve. And of course, the other issue is just lost my train of thought again. We were talking about the console storage limit. But if you're on a next gen system, at least you get a little bit more storage. But if you're on a previous gen console, you kind of you don't have as many options. Even though all the console platform design is for the most part the same. The big difference would be if you're operating on quote next gen console versus a previous console. A lot of guys also, especially PC guys, say, or that's what's holding the game development back is the reliance for console support, and also the reliance for not just console multi-platform support, but the reliance for support or previous gen consoles. There's a lot of guys that argue that that's holding the entire development process back. While I disagree with them, that statement is not entirely incorrect. It's not the only thing that's hamstringing the game's development or advancement cycles. Giants is also just not one of those companies. I don't see them ever, at least anytime soon, going to making just games for PC for PC only. Definitely not at this point in the life cycle of the Farming Simulator series. You're never going to see a PC only version of the game, so I don't know why folks get all puffed up about that. I know we live in a day and age now where guys just, argue online with strangers about anything and everything. Make it make sense. Saying earlier, guys and gals, my intent was to have a bulk of this, all of this knocked out offline between episodes, so when we jumped in I would already be at a certain point, or at least close to finishing, if not finished with this part of the process. So I come through and see me doing some other operations, but as it stands right now, this is what we're doing, and I can't put work on it and automate it, unfortunately, either, so this is where it's at right now. Also see here is the majority of my farming operations now, based on the fields I own and how we got things set up, is going to be a grass harvesting operation, whether that grass be harvested in the form of grass itself, grass bales, or hay and turning those hay into hay bales, or pivoting back to grass again, but harvesting grass, having that grass wrapped bale, converting it into silage. As I said at the top of tonight's episode, what we'll probably do here, this cycle, is we'll do examples of all three. We're at the point now where we can have the big boys service the bulk of our animal operations, and then we can have the small grass field that's on the main farm mainly utilized to support our sheep. We can even pivot that field as necessary if we need to. Even grass farmers will have a lot of flexibility with how you want to harvest your grass and what is your focus each harvest cycle, and you're going to have multiple harvest cycles throughout the year. Time it right. I've talked about this early in the series, but if not, we can definitely cover it again. And I know some guys are looking at this, and they're probably wondering, like, oh, we waited until the grass was at its second growth cycle and then harvested, then it got yield, but that would limit how many times per year to harvest grass. If you time your harvest cycles right, grass there, you get more grass harvest done in a year in game. That's more my focus. How I'm planning out and doing my grass harvest process. I think in the end that benefits you more by giving you even better yield. Waited to the second stage growth cycle for our grass fields. As you can see, we got a long way to go here. I'm not even halfway through the field yet. Said earlier, I'm also kind of nervous. I don't want to blow this thing up by firing up my PC and then the circuit breaker decides it wants to trip again. I mean that literally. I lose everything I got going. At least it's now. We're going to go ahead, just to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and pop over here and save the game just in case. I normally like to do that too right at the end of the episode, but just spending too much time doing this and I don't want to lose progress. Again, with the issue I've been having off dealing with this issue on camera, there's been a lot of testing I had done previously. I would lose those hours of work every time the circuit breaker was tripping. And that's the reason why I haven't gotten a lot of things I've been talking about. I would like to have tested off camera, but I'm too busy running and troubleshooting other issues, let alone, real life roles and responsibilities. I just didn't have time and bandwidth to be dealing these issues, that issue, the issue. Right, so here we are. We're going to go on to that. I guess, I was just thinking out loud, but no, that wouldn't work either. I was thinking, like, technically we could have had one swather set up here going and then another one on the same field, but we can't turn the worker on. I use the worker for the swather, so that doesn't really work. It's a nice thought. Straight driving, and we finally missed a big piece right there. again, struggling with keeping this thing in a straight line. I had been doing well up to that point. I guess that's probably because we're getting a little bit fatigued here. But this mower does go faster than normal operating speeds are. Shows a way to rig it up where it even moves faster than this on console. Yeah, that caveat, guys. I know. Folks tell me that you can do it, but that's on PC and not console. So as far as my understanding. At some point, we see where we're at as far as our progress is concerned, and actually visually see that we've still got a ways to go. We haven't even got to that tree in the middle of the field that I couldn't cut yet because have bugs and glitches like that. how far we have to go. Coming this direction, the tree looks a lot closer, but bottom at the end of the field, it's like a farther away. Crazy that this is only one field. Yep. Pushing Blitz girls, ladies and gentlemen, gals and gents. Still got a ways to go as far as the mowing is concerned. spend so much energy trying to get these turns tight enough. So let's do a headland around here. Also, just so I can really see how much more I got to do here. This will be better perspective. See it going this way, it covers quite a bit of ground now, but yeah. I think what we can do as we get into it tonight, now that I'm thinking about it, just to kind of mix things up a little bit, things at the same time. It's just regrettable that I don't know if I'll be able to work or automated work those, all of those things. No, we can't usually work with the swather. So choose that. This equipment like we're doing now, and we're going to end up having to do a number of things manually. That's just the nature of the beast. This area with that tree that we can make disappear easily. Early in this series, we did this one other time. We used this one single process tether option on the swather, and I think that's why we abandoned previous season. The time it took to use it, even on a small field, and package could get higher workers to automate. Is quite a bit time consuming. This is also one of those things that goes back to, you know, how you play the game, and back to my little catchphrase that I always say: if you're not having fun, do what you do. What are you doing? And you got to figure out what gameplay works the best for you and your play style. What do you do? I myself, most of the time I actually enjoy using this type of equipment, some processes in game that take a lot of time. creates, if you will, great content that folks want to actually watch. Especially not really doing one thing over and over again. Where we are now, where we're at now. Also, I guess at one point here, probably off camera, when this field cycles back around and we're ready. Grass harvest, just give that average, average it takes to perform field maintenance. Daily. Mega field that we created now, merging of those individual fields now has introduced a place or a field at least on this map in this series where it's going to take a lot of time, everything just based off the sheer size of the field. But you guys have been following along the series long enough know that there's actually multiple fields like that already on this map. And you guys have stuck at the beginning of the series while rounding out really in the series to get our money farm. You know, you used to much of a grind, as we can say, grind it out. Just what kind of series this is going to be, at least for the remainder of time to it. One of the other ideas that I've been kind of bouncing around in my head though is maybe starting out another series on a different map. I've already talked about previously how I'd like something European. Kind of bounce around some ideas for different things on types of content. Maybe just doing a series where we kind of rotate through a few different maps in general and just just through operations, farming operations on map with the starting equipment kit that comes with it. Perhaps at least when you're playing on the new farmer mode, so that way you can get an idea of the feel for gameplay on a number of different maps. But you got to do that long enough so you get an idea of what life will be on that map, what your average gameplay cycle might look like. other thing I was thinking about, we actually can go ahead and do that now. Kind of get into that tonight. Just to kind of add a little mix things up in this game cycle. We're still doing things grass oriented. Let's stop here for a second. Let's hop back over to our shop menu, and we're going to go ahead and lease a different piece of equipment, and something else I was kind of bouncing around in my brain that I wanted to kind of test out and see how this works. I think the base horsepower should be enough for that, right? No, we'll mac it up, push it up a little bit, get my favorite tires that I love with the Michelin. You know, that's my brand. All right, what are the options for the main color? Oh, that's right. This is modded. We can mix it up however we want to. But we'll leave it the default chrome color design for now. And we'll lease that bad boy. That's just back 20 grand. We'll make that back quickly and easily. Let's see what options, combinations, and for this one, did I say we want to do silage? Yeah. Now, does this one have a wrapper? See, that one doesn't have a. So we're gonna need to do a different baler then, right? Because this is only gonna spit out. These are only gonna spit out square bales, but not square silage bales. So let me walk that back a little bit here. And I probably should have checked this out before we hit the send button on the lease option. So that's a big oops if I gotta walk that back. Let's see. But I thought we had one that had the bell wrapping built into it already, just like we got with the fast bell setup. I think we do. Let's see, this one. Yeah, this is it. And we'll keep it 100 with the making sure we got liftable bells coming out, being spit out of there. Rear edge. We're not going to sweat that because that's not my focus. Is making sure we can do it all in one process. Let's first of all see if this works, and then we'll go from there. At least hopefully I didn't waste a bunch of money on these leases just now. See, because I hate to lose that much money and not walking back without doing a. Should have did a quick save before we even started, but just not thinking it all out. PTO on this big M should allow us to run all the equipment we need to run here. So we'll do this in one quick process. But I just wanted to run this real quick and show you this operation as well. Here on this end, we'll start on this end of the field, and you'll get an idea of what I was trying to do here, what I was trying to work out here in a second. First, we'll go ahead and uncouple the baler. Hit. Fill up. Go ahead. One more. Baler. Make sure we got that. Oh. Baler. Make sure we got our set up right first. 240 should be the max, right? Let's do 240 because I can this is extra capacity baler, and you can use some higher bale capacities than what are prescribed in even some of the base game equipment. But the issue is I need to have bale trailers that work with those bales as well, and I don't know if I got those. So we'll just go with the highest capacity of the base game bale types. So now we'll turn the baler on. And everything works according to plan. Should have this bad boy picking up grass that we're doing here. I already see this is a problem because it's not picking up. It's only picking up for one. Path. SWAT, what is that? SWAT. There we go. Now I think we got it. Now I think we're on the same page. As you can see, the Big M is not really faster than the Swather, so you're still going to max out at your 15 miles an hour. It's still basically fast farming as far as mowing goes, although we actually some issues with climbing the hill this part of it. Slowing down drastically over here, huh? This process will go around the outskirts of the field as typically do to create a headland, and then we'll work our way to the insides. Go. Alright, why are we spitting out grass fields? Thought I got the one that did silage. Alright. Did we just mess that up real time as well? Thought I saw it pick the one. That did. wrapping as well as the belling. That is not. There. Alright, so I'm still running into an issue here because I thought we had a square baler setup that does silage. This is not what I was looking for here. I could have went with the other baler. We were eyeballing if that's all we're going to get out of it. Alright, let me look at it from a different perspective here because I'm kind of messing myself up here, confusing myself with what my objective was and versus what I'm getting right now. So let me look at it from the perspective of that mod package so I can have an idea of how we should be doing it. Where's that mod package at? Because I gotta look at it from the perspective of all the equipment that's included in the mod pack, and that'll give me a better idea of how it's supposed to do. Or did I just grab the wrong one? That's around right, yeah. So yeah, okay. Fudge. Excuse me. Yeah, I guess I kind of fumbled on that too then. Yep, I did. So we can have this in one operation, but here we go. Circle back around just a second. I don't want to. Right now, I'd have to release the baler. Get the baler in the right configuration that I need. It's money up. Baler release. Do what I was thinking about doing is just baling and wrapping for silage in one pass. I'm not going to get that now because I made a mistake in ordering my setup. I should have ordered the version of the baler that had the trailer hitch, and then I had the bale wrapper dragging it behind this baler that we have here, and then have the auto load bale trailer dragging behind behind the wrapper. And that's in part why you have that version, as we were looking at when we were rolling through the menus, that version of this big M with a lot more horsepower. That's why you have that option, so you get the version of the big M that has enough horsepower to pull all that equipment in one pass. But no, I had a brain malfunction again. Excuse me. So it is what it is, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. And we're gonna have to make a few trips here. But that was not my original idea or plan. We're still gonna do silage over here, just not initially. Here and see if I can clean up these bits, this stuff here, material here that we missed. And that kind of sucks because I did want to show off some ideas that I had. And even though I kind of made that mistake, it's not a, it's not a deal-breaking thing or anything like that. It's one of them things. Excuse me. Can't hire a worker to do this particular field and set up. It is what it is. It's nice to have that added. Now that we know the basic premise of our situation, we're going to have to come back to a separate bale wrapper, bale trailer set up just to get the bales, grass bales wrapped. Solid. Said it's who it is. To experiment, show off a few other tricks here. As you see, due to some of the different elevations you have on this field, doesn't matter what piece of equipment that you have, it's going to have to be hard to get change elevation challenges of this terrain. one of the ideas I was messing around here now is just buying, since I'm going to have a primary consideration of doing grass work for more than anything else on my farm, just to get one of these, buy one of these outright, so that in conjunction with having a large tractor as well, but have a big M on the farm as well. How much grass work we're going to be doing. See, this advantage of the big M versus the swather is that this covers a slightly larger area of the field in a single mower pass of the mower. This is an example of an indicator wire. Slightly wider headland than we initially described, because we shouldn't have to make turns as tight to get more in position for the pass. See, when we're going down here, this thing is blazing. Set up super fast. But we're not. It's an entirely different thing. Definitely see us break down here as we get up this uneven terrain here. It's turning around now. As you can kind of see, this overall growing process is a little bit faster. Belly episode. We're going to have a lot of more Belly episodes series. So welcome what we do. Always good for other farming operations as well. Still got to hop around animals and make sure they got their LEDs in there. So probably just going to save that stuff from off camera. Well, we'll go ahead. It is 9. I'll say this now just in case I had to choose that I had. Well, but my plan is to off camera, go ahead and wrap some stuff, and pick it up where we end up at. Off camera. Our next episode. We're able to get some stuff done. Yeah, where we're at currently. Tangent there while I was thinking about some point, but as I was saying, just thank you for support, support as always, wherever you've been. Seriously, just like, comment, subscribe, what you love, like. All of the episodes of my Twitch live streams. Yep. I am Those8831 Gaming on page, X, whatever you want to call it now. So you can see that site. Twitter has officially branded to X.com, so there's that. So don't call it Twitter. It's like that either. But whatever social media platform you are being introduced to with the same thing applies out there as well. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, so on and so forth. Like, comment, subscribe. Alright, where we at? We're down to the final 5 minutes of the episode. grind it out and see how far we get before we have to shut it down. The saying goes, it's fading fast. Got this little patch of grass here to finish cutting up and right belly. Say we'll have to buy with a separate bale wrapper because I thought that the square balers you had single operation baler and square baler and wrapper, but we do not do that in one single device with the round bales for a reason. Alright, and there it is, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in, checking me out. You've been tuned in to another episode of Jose 831 Gaming, live on Twitch, Farming Simulator 22, Alma, Missouri map. Catch you on the flip side.